All right, welcome to chapter 17, Excel homework help. I am your host, guide, and financier. I'm being stupid. All right. Bottom line is we're just going to be doing some work here in the ratio world. I'm going to zoom in so that we can see these. Okay. Here's all this information. Here's some additional information that we're going to need. I would want to have your ratios on how to calculate them handy. I do. So I'm going to be referring to them. Again, I'm telling you, for any exams that I give you, you can have that note card or whatever I'm allowing you to have these formulas on there. You're going to need them. Unless you're cool and you can memorize them, then you don't need them. I don't want to memorize them. Okay, this first thing, what we're going to do is perform a horizontal analysis. Horizontal analysis, we're going to do the amount of increase and decrease from year to year. And in this case, we're focusing on 23 to 24. So did we increase in cash? We did. I'm going to hit equals. I'm going to select cell C12 and subtract cell D12 to find out how much we increased by. If it's a positive number, we increased. If it's a negative, we decreased. I'm going to drag this down all the way to the bottom of this little section. The only one we decreased was merchandise inventory. Now I'm going to take the percentage by hitting equals in cell G12. I'm hitting equals. I'm selecting cell F12 and dividing it by D12, hitting enter. So our cash increased by 5% from 2023 to 2024. And I'm dragging that down. We're doing literally the exact same thing in every section. I'm highlighting cell F19 through G19. I copied it and I'm pasting it here so that it'll translate down there, dragging it down again. I'm going to copy line 25, pasting it on line 27, drag it down to line 30. I'm just doing that all the way through those blue sections all the way down. Looks like we didn't do any changes in common stock, so we're good. There's your horizontal analysis. Too easy, hopefully. This tells us a little bit about what's going on with the company. Look, our liabilities decreased. Not a bad thing. Our equity increased. Retained earnings. That's a good thing. Okay. Pretty healthy. Pretty good looking there. Now we're going to jump over. That was the balance sheet. Now we're jumping into the income statement. We're going to do what's called a vertical analysis. We are going to compare all of these categories to our net sales. So we're going to take net sales and divide it by net sales. I'm going to lock the denominator, which is the bottom number, in so that as I drag it down, it will stay 100%. That's exactly what it should be. So we can look now and see that cost of goods sold was 55.41% of net sales. That's over half of our sales went to paying for cost of goods sold. That's kind of a chunk of change there. I ruined the formatting on there. I don't think I'm going to get dinged for that, but bottom line is I did exactly like I did over on the horizontal analysis by dragging these down in the blue section and then copying cell E12, pasting it to cell E14 and dragging it the rest of the way. That is our vertical analysis. This is telling us what percentage of each of these categories is to our net sales. So our net income is a little less than a fourth of our total net sales. Whether that's good or bad is for your industry to determine. If you're in an industry where your profit margin is higher or lower, that's when you start comparing and considering that. All right, let's look at each one of these. Working capital in 2024. Again, I have my formula here. Working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. So in 2024 in cell C5, I'm going to hit equals. And I'm going to jump to the balance sheet, which is in enter answers 1. And it said current assets minus current liabilities in 2024. So I'm selecting C17 on enter answers 1, subtracting cell C25 on transfer one. I'm going to hit enter. So my working capital for 2024 was $389,000. 2023, we're going to do the same exact thing, except we're going to go into the 2023 column now. Current assets was 191,000 minus current liabilities of 977,000. I think I may have done something wrong. What was that? C17, did I do that one right? Oh, I selected cell D16. It should have been D17. That's what I did wrong. So it's I'm going to change that to D17. That's better. Okay, current ratio is our current assets divided by our current liabilities. So we're going to jump back to enter answers one. We're going to take our current assets divided by our current liabilities and do the same thing for 2023. Current assets in 2023 divided by current liabilities in 2023. Okay, so our current ratio improved. That's pretty good. Now we're going to do the acid test or quick ratio, which is going to take our cash and cash equivalents plus our short-term investments plus our net current receivables and divide that by our current liabilities. So it's going to tell us a little bit more about this. So I want to do some open parentheses. So let me go back. So in cell C7 on enter answers 3, I'm going to hit equals sum, open parentheses, come to enter answers 1. I'm going to add the cash, short-term investments, and it said receivable, net current receivables. So I'm basically going to select the summing of cell C12 through C14. I'm going to close the parentheses, and then I'm going to divide that by my current liabilities. This tells me a little bit more of a situation as to what's going on with whether or not I can truly pay off my debts with my more liquid current assets. Within current assets. So let's do this. I'm going to see if this works. I think it will. Cell C7 on enter answers 3. Take that little corner to the right and look at that. It sure did work. I don't have to do that again. So I just took what I did in cell C7 on enter answers 3, dragged that over to the right, and it gave me the correct information. Next thing we're going to do is the cash ratio. We're going to take cash plus cash equivalents and divide it by total current liabilities. Let's find out what we consider a cash equivalent over here. I'm thinking it's just this one. I think it's just cash. We're going to divide that, I think. Divide, yeah, by total current liabilities. It's going to be a lot lower. Okay, and then just drag it over. I like that. All right, our accounts receivable turnover now. We're going to take our net credit sales and divide it by our average net accounts receivable. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit equals, and we got to go to enter answers 2 to get our net income. Right? Was it? Oh, net credit sales. So we have net sales here, but I wonder if we're supposed to be referencing this first instructions page. That's going to suck if that's the case. I think they want us. Gosh dang it. Don't worry. I'll fix it for us, guys. Don't worry. We're going to take our net sales, but we need our net credit sales. So I'm going to hit equals. I'm going to open my parentheses. Then I'm going to select this, and I'm going to multiply it by 0.75. That's our credit sales. And then I'm going to divide that by, and I'm going to type in average, open parentheses, accounts receivable. I'm going to select both cell D16 and E16 on the instructions tab and close the parentheses. That should be 9.93. I'll open this up again right here. So this is your formula. pause the video so you can see what you should do. And then I'm going to come up here and we're going to go through these, and I'm going to teach you a little quick trick. If you come over to instructions tab, don't click it, right click it, click rename, Control C to copy that name down, and then get out of it, hit escape. Don't change it. Then you're going to come to the enter answers 3 tab, and I want to be clicked here. So I'm going to click here, and this won't work actually. Dang it, I forgot. Oops, close. It won't work because cell C17. Yeah, it's not going to work. Doggone it. I don't know. Let's see. Copy paste answers. All values should be added as positive numbers. See, it doesn't say where to pull it from. I mean, we're using the formulas. It doesn't say that we have to come back to here to reference it, but we'll find out, I guess. I don't know. I'll just keep doing it. I'll do it from the instructions and see, because I know one way or another it's going to be wrong. It's going to be mad at me, and I think it's going to be. I think I'm gonna pause. Hold on. I'm gonna pause the video. I don't want this. Okay, we're resuming now. So what I did was I uploaded it so that I could find out what it wanted me to reference. So it does want me to reference the enter answers ones. It does not want me to. In fact, I got lost points for doing this to the instructions tab. So we're going to redo our accounts receivable turnover. I apologize. It's better to do that though now than to do it later. So we're going to hit equals. Come over here to net sales times 0.75. And we're going to divide that by, and it didn't like me using the average formula. So we're going to take the accounts receivable plus this account receivable and divide that by 2. All right. It's probably best that you guys on this to wait until I'm done with the formula, and I'll show you the formula again. Okay. So for the account receivable turnover, you can pause the video and make sure yours looks like this. We're pulling it from enter answers 2, C8 times 0.75 divided by 2 open parentheses, enter answers 1, C14 plus D14, close parentheses divided by 2. All right, and we do have to fix a couple other things. We got to fix the cash ratio. I got to make sure I get it how they want it. Because they wanted us to sum enter answers C1, C12 through C13. So they wanted us to include the accounts receivable and divide that by C25. So that's what we're changing cell C8 to. So go ahead and pause the video and look at that. And then we're going to need to change D to the same thing, but we're just going to drag this over and it increases it that way. Let me see if C7, D7 were okay. I think cell C7 was fine. Okay, I think so. All right, days sales in receivables. Again, be looking at your formula sheet. Days sales in receivables. We're going to take 365 and we're going to simply divide that by the accounts receivable turnover ratio. C9. Okay. Oh, I got to put equals, Brian. Come on. There we go. So I'm taking 365 and dividing it by this number right here that we just did. Then in C11. We're going to do the inventory turnover, which is cost of goods sold divided by average merchandise inventory. So we're going to hit equals, come over here to enter answers 2, cost of goods sold divided by open parentheses twice, because I know it's not going to like it. Merchandise inventory, we're going to take in enter answers 1, C15 plus D15, close parentheses, divide that by 2. I personally like the average better. I don't like what they're doing here, but whatever. And I get 22.99. Days sales in inventory, we're going to hit equals 365 and divide that by C11, which is our inventory turnover. Okay, sorry, I promised you that I'd show you guys the formulas. It's not hopefully too. So here's your days sales and inventory. And then here's your inventory turnover. Go ahead and pause the video for that. Okay, cell D or C13, we're looking for gross profit margin. Gross profit margin is calculated doing gross profit divided by net sales revenue. So we're gonna hit equals, jump to enter answers 2. And geez, what did I say? Gross profit divided by net sales. So gross profit divided by net sales. Hit enter. There's your formula. All right. Debt ratio. We are going to take in cell C14. Debt ratio is calculated by taking total liabilities, dividing it by total assets. So let's go to enter answers 1. Total liabilities divided by total assets for 2024. Hit enter. And then just drag this over to the right. Okay, there's your formula. Pause the video to check it out. Then in cell C15, we're going to do the debt to equity ratio, which is total liabilities divided by total equity. Going back to enter answers 1, total liabilities in cell C30 divided by total equity, which is C35. And then drag it over to get the prior year's debt to equity. Let me give you that again, sorry. And pause the video for your convenience. Okay, cell C16, we are calculating our times interest earned ratio. Times interest earned, looking for it. Okay, it's net income plus income tax expense plus interest expense divided by interest expense. So let's go ahead and it equals sum, open parentheses. Let's go to enter answers. I'm sorry, enter answers 2. We're going to take net income and then we're going to add income tax expense and interest expense. So I hit equals sum, open parentheses, and then on enter answers 2, I select cell C17, comma, C16, comma, C14, comma, and then I'm closing the parentheses and I'm dividing that by interest expense. So I got a times interest earned of 53.19. Let's go ahead and look at that formula again. There it is. Pause the video. Profit margin ratio is net income divided by net sales. We're going to hit equals, go to enter answers 2, net income divided by net sales. Profit margin ratio, 0.22. Rate of return on total assets. Sorry, here's your formula again. I keep forgetting. Rate of return on total assets. It's going to be your net income plus interest expense divided by average total assets. So let's hit equals net income plus interest expense. Enter answers 2, net income plus, actually we need to, I'm sorry, let's start this again. We're going to hit equals. Let's do sum, open parentheses. We need net income. I think I said interest expense. Yeah. Interest expense. So I selected cell C17 on enter answers 2, comma, select cell C14, close parentheses, divided by, we're gonna do average total assets. So I'm gonna hit open parentheses twice. I'm gonna jump to enter answers 1, and I said total assets, average total assets. So I'm gonna select cell C19 on enter answers 1 plus D19 close parentheses divided by 2, close parentheses, enter. I got 0.3 for our rate of return on total assets. Now, asset, did I do that the right one? Rate of return, average total assets. Yeah. So then we're going to do the asset turnover ratio, which is our net sales revenue divided by our average total assets. Well, we just calculated our average total assets. So I want to come into this formula here, and there it is. You can pause it right now to look at it. But I'm going to take the divided by and everything to the right. That's my average total assets. I'm hitting Control C to copy that part of the formula. I'm going to hit escape so I don't mess that formula up. Then I just need to calculate the asset turnover ratio is find my net sales revenue. So I'm going to hit equals net sales revenue. There it is, cell C8. And then I'm going to hit Control V and it pastes the rest of that formula that I needed in there. So my formula looks like this. Go ahead and pause it to put that information in there. All right, rate of return on common stockholders' equity. Rate of return on common stockholders' equity is net income minus preferred dividends divided by average common shareholders' equity. All right, so we're going to hit equals. We're going to do sum. We're going to look for net income and subtract out any preferred dividends, but I don't think we had any preferred dividends. So we got net income. I don't see any preferred dividends. We find them later on, we'll put them in. So I just ended the parentheses. And then I'm going to divide this by open parentheses twice, because we're going to do the average common shareholders' equity. And that is going to be C35 on enter answers 1 plus D35 on enter answers 1, close parentheses, divided by 2, close parentheses. Like I said, I did not see any preferred dividends, but let me go back to the instructions to see if there were any. Yeah, I don't see any. Doesn't say. Let's go back to enter answers 3, and now we're doing earnings per share. That's net income minus preferred dividends. We've already concluded there is none. Divided by the weighted average number of common shares outstanding. So we're going to hit equals. We're going to go to net income, and then we're going to divide that by the weighted average number of common shares outstanding. Now, the cool thing is that it's the same, so it doesn't matter. So I'm just going to click this and see if it works. It might yell at me. I might need to put the ad. Hold on, I'm just going to look and see what it wanted me to put. Oh, this is even worse. They want us to divide it by a hard-coded number. You got to be kidding me. They want it to be 22530. Gives you the same dang answer, but that's what they want. There's your formula. It's ridiculous. Pause the video. All right, price earnings ratio is the market price per share of common stock divided by what we just calculated, the earnings per share. Well, this one we have to hard code because we have the market price is $36 right there. So in cell C22 on the enter answers 3, we're going to hit crap. What was the number? 36? Yeah. Equals 36 divided by our earnings per share calculation we did in cell C21. Hit enter. Two more, dividend yield and dividend payout. Dividend yield is the annual dividend per share divided by the market price per share. All right, this one's going to be hard coded all around because it says here that our annual dividend per share was $1.50. So we're just going to go equals 1.5 divided by 36. It was 36, right? Yeah. And then the dividend payout is our annual dividend per share divided by our earnings per share. So again, equals 1.5 divided by select earnings per share in cell C21 and hit enter. Should be good there. All right, that's it. Let's save, see where we went wrong this time. What's up about this? Finished my Dr. Pepper. I feel so dirty. I need more Dr. Pepper. Oh, I'm addicted and I'm proud of it. You would be addicted to if you drank it too. Da, 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 da. That was my song for the day. Okay, let's see how I did or didn't do. Click save. Hey, I thought I saw 100%. I saw 100%. All right, we're done. Cool. Yeah, sometimes, Pearson's, well, whatever. Anyway, I hope that helped. Hey, last Excel assignment, right? Be happy, and we'll see you around.